down in the Paradise Coast. He's enjoying a little bit weather than I think I am here in Central Indiana. Jim Arnold down in Atlanta. How you doing tonight, Jim?
Good, man. How you doing, man?
Hey, we're doing fantastic. We're doing fantastic. So, Jim, let's talk about the Paradise Coast. Let's talk about the new complex. How did you, in this crazy world, ultimately get involved with the Paradise Coast Sports Complex? Because I'm pretty sure that's not the only complex that you guys work with.
Yeah, we've done a lot, but I tell you what, I will take Naples in terms of location over most of that. So it's part of the long-term retirement plan.
It's a good plan. I like that.
Yeah, it's been an interesting road. I've been in the youth sports complex development and operations now for going on about 16 years. Started my career at Ripken Baseball with Cal Ripken and his brother Bill. Really fortunate to work for not only one of the best, ball players of all time on the baseball side, but also just, a brand that really personifies what kids are looking for in youth sports. So spent about 11 years working with them, oversaw all their development on the youth sports complex side of things. And then about 5 years ago, as I was kind of growing my career and seeing some of the holes in the industry, one of the things we saw was the shift in the industry to multi-sport. Being obviously with Ripken, we were very baseball focused. And 5 years ago, in partnership with now our parent company owner, Brian Storm, we started Sports for Sparks with the idea of, hey, we can do baseball, but we can also do soccer and football and lacrosse and softball and spread across all of these sports because, well, there's different rules and there's different things about the sports in general. At the end of the day, a lot of these families and players are looking for the same thing. They're looking for awesome complexes. They're looking for a great family experience. And at the end of the day, they're looking for a great sports event. And so we started Sports for Sparks about 6 years ago now. And we became the only company right now in the industry that not only designs these facilities, but we also build our facilities and we operate and maintain the facilities. So it's a pretty cool setup.
So what's you mentioned the multi-use field, right? The multi-use facility, it's paramount now, right? If you're going to start a sports complex, it's got to be multi-use. You've got to bring in a variety of different avenues and sporting opportunities for people in any industry. Let me ask you this specifically to, the Paradise Coast Sports Complex. What sports are going to be offered? Is there any limitations, or what can people go down there and participate in? What tournaments can come down there?
Man, I think we should go the opposite direction and say which ones we're not going to have.
There we go. I like it, Jim. I like it.
I think we don't. I don't think any of our fields will fit cricket right now. But other than that, I mean, that's the piece of these complexes and where the industry's gone is, Collier County is an amazing partner and they are spending, $80+ million on this sports complex. And so these sports complexes are real business. They are economic generators for the community. And so really what we always focus on is with as much money going into these fields, we as the operator need to make sure that we have partners filling them every day of the week and every weekend of the year with events. So cool part. So, kind of specifically talking a little bit about Paradise Coast is we'll have 10 fields that will fit soccer, lacrosse, and full-size football fields. And so, we're going to have events with you guys where we'll have 10 fields, goalposts, everything fully painted out. And, from what we've seen, one of the largest congregation of football fields, synthetic turf in the country. And so the idea is we can run these type of events and flip it around on a following weekend and run lacrosse or baseball. And really what we specialize here and the way the facility is designed is when you're there for football, it's going to feel like a football complex. You're not playing across the outfield of a baseball field or squeezing in, a shortened field. And when you're there for soccer or baseball, it's exactly the same. So we're focused on a sports specific experience and, the fields are going to be, second to none. I mean, phenomenal. All of them synthetic turf. So you get down there, you're going to know you're going to get the games in, you're going to get to play in, you're not going to have to worry about conditions or anything like that.
And I think that's an interesting point that you brought up there, Jim, is look, there are a lot of these multi-purpose, facilities out there or complexes. They're popping up in the country, but find yourself having a tournament or your event there, right? If you're a youth league football tournament. You could be going there, but it might not feel like a football tournament because your field's right next to a youth soccer event, right? And I think that's a great thing that you guys are doing, and I know it's something we're excited about. To kind of hopefully kick things off with FBU Top Gun July 10th through 12th to feel that football specific event, and then obviously every December with the national championship. I think that's a really unique thing that you guys are doing. What are some other unique things about the Paradise Coast Sports Complex? I know there's a few things, maybe like the Great Lake, things like that, or excuse me, the Great Lawn.
Hey, this big lake too. We'll take it.
Yeah.
It's the cool part. You guys are literally going to be our first sporting event. So it's going to be awesome. You guys are kicking off this facility in style, and that's what we're excited about. And so, some of the things we do, we take a different approach to the complex than a lot of people do. And I think one thing to note here that's pretty cool is, on the design team and the operations team, you've got Populous, who's one of the leading sports architects in the world, designing this. You have Manhattan constructing it. That's, I believe they built Cowboys Stadium. They built Reliant Stadium. And then our company, we've worked and built fields for over half the NFL. We just got done doing the Giants and Jets Stadium. We replaced their field with a heated system. We just got done filling the last piece of turf in the Vegas Raiders tray. And so this facility is designed by an entire team and operated by a team that lives, eats, and breathes football.
That's awesome right there.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. So, but the complex, we approach it a little differently. It's not just a bunch of fields out there and you come and play your game and you go home. It's, we've got a huge fresh food market there. So instead of static concession stands, we've got a walk-in fresh food market where you grab yourself healthy options. We've got food trucks. There's a huge food bar pavilion outside of the complex that's, at the end of the evening, you can grab, parents can grab a beer. Right next to the Great Lawn that has a huge video board actually facing inside the stadium on one side and outside of the Great Lawn on the other. So, maybe we're watching a preseason game down there or Monday Night Football during one of your events on a huge Jumbotron. And so it's these type of things. And when we get to do Top Gun in July, we're going to have our first 4 fields done, fully done, full football. But we've got a great relationship with FBU. We're going to be running a number of events with you guys over the next 10 years. And so the cool part is families and your players are going to see this facility continue to develop.
I think, Jim, all I heard was, in December, there's Monday nights, there's a Jumbotron to play Monday Night Football and a place for parents to get a beer. I mean, I feel like if you're a parent and you want your son or daughter to play in a youth football event, it should be at this facility because there's a lot of pros right there.
It's a pretty good deal. I can tell you on Monday night, I can probably tell you where you're going to find me.
I like it. So, going with that, it sounds like our parents can expect almost 2 different experiences because, look, we're thrilled that we have the opportunity as FBU to kick off the events at the Paradise Coast Sports Complex. We couldn't be, happier to be partnered, with the CVB down there, with the city of Naples, doing our events at the Paradise Coast Sports Complex. We want to, help out as much as we can. So what I'm curious about is what's the different experience going to be, in July with, only a couple fields done versus what it'll be like in December when we come back to the national championship. What's kind of getting done between July and December?
Yeah, absolutely. And what you said is spot on. It's different experiences all built into one. We built our company around the idea of sports family fun. Mm-hmm. Sports will be paramount, best possible sports experience. But what are we doing for the families? What are we doing in the community to turn these trips into family vacations? And most notably between July when when you guys are having Top Gun and when we get to FBU in December, we're going to be adding a 3,500 seat professional style stadium. It's got a capacity up to 10,000. That's where that Jumbotron that faces the Great Lawn will also come into the stadium. So these games are going to be under the lights. I know you guys do a great job televising and putting these things up. I mean, these kids are playing in what I'd explain is really kind of a USL style college D3 size stadium. So that's the biggest ad that'll be between July and December. So FBU will actually be, you got a lot of firsts. I think you guys are going to be the first event at the new stadium as well. So your timing's perfect. And then over the years, by the time you come back for Top Gun in 2021, There will be 5 more football fields added. So we'll be up to 10 synthetic turf fields. We'll also include our amenity area, which is ropes courses, zip lines, miniature golf, a huge splash pad. So that's all coming in and is part of that family experience. And, the cool part about we do this at all our parks around the country, that's all included. It's not an upcharge. It's not something. It is when the family comes to an event, the whole family's coming, not just the athlete. And so you'll continue to see over the years, not only really amazing assets added in for players, shade, every single bench area has permanent shade over it. We've got cold water lines actually run to the bench. So you're getting fresh cold water instead of stuff that's just been sitting in the Gatorade cooler for a couple hours. And so everything along those and all the way through the brothers and sisters, we're trying to, family gets back in the car at the end of the weekend. We want every single person to look around at each other and say, man, we just had a blast and we can't come back. We can't wait to come back again.
And that's exciting. And what I can kind of take from that is, look, we've had a just such a fortunate relationship with all the high schools down there that we've had the opportunity to host games at and work with them over the last half decade. But I'm almost positive that none of those high schools had a splash pad for the youngsters and the parents to enjoy on the side. So, we're thrilled at the opportunity to provide, the student athletes and the families that are coming down to play not only the national championship games, but participate in the Top Gun showcase, this opportunity to make it an even stronger family experience, because that is paramount, and you guys are providing it. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And I think that the cool thing, and I appreciate those kind words, and we're just as fortunate to have you guys as as a partner down there running events. And we've worked with you, Matt, and Steve Quinn, and a lot of your guys' team, and we're excited to turn this into the football capital of the country, if not the world. I mean, I know we're going to be working with you guys on a number of other events that we'll all roll out, and we're really excited about. But we've looked around the country when we started doing this, and no other community and no other complex had successfully put football first. And we viewed that as a huge opportunity here. And that wouldn't be possible without you guys and what you do and the events and the caliber of event you guys run. I think people in a few years are going to be looking at Naples and saying every single thing we want to do with football, we need to go do it on the Paradise Coast, at the Paradise Coast Sports Complex with Sports for Sparks and FBU. And I think that's coming.
I love it. I love it. Look, I'm excited to, obviously be down there in July and kick things off with the initial event, the FBU Top Gun Showcase at the Paradise Coast Sports Complex, July 10th through 12th. Even more excited to come back in December. Look, I don't want to be in Indiana when the winter hits. Okay? So I'm excited to come down to Naples every December. And now that we can turn the lights on to a 3,500 up to 10,000 seat stadium down there to host some of our, huge games, our freshman All-American Bowl, our 6th, 7th, and 8th grade national championship. It's just going to be amazing. And we're fortunate and thrilled to be kicking things off. But Jim, I just want to thank you for stopping by tonight. I truly, truly do appreciate it. Have enjoyed working with you behind the scenes as well. But we certainly will continue to work hard to make Top Gun a positive event this July 10th through 12th. Visit footballuniversity.org to learn more about Top Gun. Make sure that you follow the Paradise Coast Sports Complex on social media. It's at SFP Naples. Make sure that you can kind of stay up to date with everything they're doing. You can get progress on the splash pad. I mean, that's what the people want, Jim. They want the progress on the splash pad.
Splash pad and the beer list at the pavilion, right?
Look, my beer list isn't long, so we'll keep it easy. But Jim, I appreciate you coming on tonight. Thank you for your time.
Awesome, Matt. Hey, thanks for having me, and we'll come back anytime.
Sounds great. Thank you.
All right, see you guys.
Everyone else at home, thank you so much for stopping by tonight for FBU Huddle Episode 7. We will distribute this out on our other social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for everybody to view. Additionally, make sure that you stop by footballuniversity.org, fill out your profile so we can send you guys even more information, not only about everything that we're doing, but more specifically about FBU Top Gun. this year and this year only. Go ahead and submit some film to fbuscout@footballuniversity.org for your opportunity to get invited to the showcase of the summer, okay, at the brand new Paradise Coast Sports Complex. This has been Matt Lauer. I appreciate everything. Thank you very much. Have a great night.